got larger. Once I started cooking my own shit, the pies got harder. Christmas came and Christmas went. I had to lie to my daughter. Now I can drink the water park and straight surprise my duck.
It's for the people in Kansas City in the parade that were shot. So I'm rocking a little red tonight. R8RBEAR! Let's go! While other shows fade away. And I've got plans. We're going on vacation. No, not your boy. Asal Tante Oso. Also known as Heart, looking good, Raider Paco, Poppy Chulo. Oh, it's true. Let's go. Yeah. Soul focused. Get your soul focused. I don't actually know how to do that, but you should do it. Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! Woo. The R8RBEAR! R8RBEAR! That's right, I have a pinky ring on. Look, and it even spins. The pinky ring with spinners. And I'm all blinged up tonight. I don't know. I was just in the mood. Showing you guys the skills. And if you could smell me wearing Coach, I'm not playing. It takes time to develop this much skill. All right, so let's get right to it. I want to get right to it so we can talk about what's going on. I can say hi to everybody, and then we will get to this business. Let me move this out of the side. So, well, no, that's okay right there, I guess. Also, tonight, whoops, I still have this thing. Excuse me. I still have this thing sitting over here. Okay, tonight, to the contributor of the most stars will go. And I actually found something kind of cool. I thought you guys might like this. I went into my box of shirts, and I don't have too much left right now. But what I do have that I hear people ask me about all the time is double X large. So if you are a double X large, you should be in the bidding tonight. Oh, yeah. Now, if nobody's bidding because you don't want it, I'll just keep it. It's no big deal. But if you're interested, make a bid. 2XL. I know I got some 2XLs watching me tonight. Come on. I know I do. So check that out. And last but never least, I have just one left. But not of my whiteout R8RBEAR patch, of my blackout R8RBEAR patch. I love the blackout, but I thought I was out. I honestly did. This is my last one. I only found it because it got pinched between some white ones. I still have a few white ones, like 6 or 8, something like that. But black, I only had this last one, and I thought I was out. So to the contributor of the most stars tonight will go my black and white out patch and the double X large bear shirt. To the contributor of the most stars tonight. And to Karina, True, hello. She already reached out and got herself some R8RBEAR bling today. So I'll be sending that out to you right away. And I have it right there for that reason, Karina. So appreciate you and welcome to the show. And now, Tradish! R8RBEAR Live. First comment. Woo. MVP tonight goes to Jim Vanderlyn Bear. Number one tonight, Jim. I know that was irking you the other night. So many people got ahead of you, but you are number one tonight. Number two, Troy Gill. Troy, you know, I still feel bad about the whole hat thing. You know, we got to fix that at some point. Third place. He already knows. John the Lion Leon. What's up, John? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. That's my YouTube peoples. Please subscribe. Please like and follow me and tickle that little bell so it lets you know when I'm on. I don't know how it became this. You know, Tommy never do that at school. Someone will think you're weird. They think I'm weird. Okay. Facebook. Oh. Who is number one, numero uno, el jefe tonight? Dustin King. Dustin King. Josh Russell, look, okay, Josh, that's it. I've had enough, okay? You pampered, okay, heavyweight champion, prancing around my stadium, acting all cocky and full of yourself. Well, as of right now, the title is on the line. That's right, I said it. It's going to be all this week and next week. I'm just going to watch you two. See who starts amassing the most golds. Because Josh Russell, if he keeps beating you, I'm giving him your world heavyweight title, and you're going to have to win it back. Which sounds almost funny, you know. Dustin, he's going to kill you, man. Even if you do take his belt, you're just going to make him mad. Silver medal. Go that Josh Russell, the heavyweight champion of the world, wants to hear none of this. Okay, Dustin King, you plucky little upstart. Third place, my bronze medal goes to Joel Irons. Yee. You must be from the Bay. I was born there. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Glad to have you all. And we have a little bit of stuff to discuss. A little bit of stuff in the news. Cody Palmer, what's up? Welcome to the show. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Steeler Val. Welcome to the show. Jorge Prieto, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. George. I like how Jorge and George are kind of the same thing. I think that's cool. Lucky Pace, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Carlos Megana, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. We beat the Chiefs. Now, for those of you who are still confused as to why I'm wearing this shirt, and for those of you who are starting to get a migraine from just how red it is, I apologize. But I wanted to, and even though I'm making jokes, I want to be very clear. For the people that were shot at the Super Bowl parade for the Chiefs, I wear this color tonight, one time only, in honoring what happened to them. It wouldn't have mattered which team it was. I don't think we should be making any jokes about that. So to everyone, Raider Nation, that I'm talking to right now, please, I would like each and every one of you to adopt this logic that I have and then take that out next time you're on Facebook or YouTube. Just make sure we don't condone or laugh at or acknowledge any jokes about what happened to the Chiefs at the parade. It's not funny. It won't ever be funny. When people say too soon, the answer is yes. And it'll always be too soon. Okay? People were shot. We shouldn't be making jokes about that. Okay, so moving forward. And that was just my, political pulpit for a moment, but I don't do politics on my show. I just care about people when they pass away, and it's stupid to me. I'm not going to start crying again. I'm a Second Amendment guy too, you know what I mean? But it's gotten out of hand. Ellis Irving, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bear on both, right, Jim? You got me on that one. All right, so let's go out to the news and let's talk about what's going on right now. DeAndre Pierce, Antonio Pierce's son, is going to be joining the Raiders coaching staff. He's going to be working as the offensive coordinator's assistant. Now, he was a defensive quality control coach at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo just last year. As a defensive back, he played under his father at Long Beach Poly and at Arizona State. I don't really have a problem with this. I know some people are going to have a problem with this. Obviously, it's nepotism. But at the same time, I would argue that the communication level between him and his son would probably be as good or better than any communication level he would have with someone else in the same position. Does that make sense? I don't mean that to say that he couldn't have as good of a feel for each other to where they work well, talk to each other, understand each other in the war room and putting things together. I think that it could have a significant advantage that he's talking to his son. Okay, so let's move forward on that. I'll come back to that because there is more to it, but I'll come back to that. Let's see. Where was I? James Craig. He's a former LSU assistant, has joined the Raiders as our offensive line coach. He worked for the Niners in the same position as an offensive line coach. So he has quite a bit of experience both with LSU, the Niners, and now he'll be joining us. I believe also he worked for the Chargers as well. So a lot of experience there. Smart guy. I don't really know where to go other than that. Like, for example, when we hired our offensive coordinator in Luke Getsy, there was something to talk about because there was an inlaid story in that because he knows Davante Adams already. He worked in Green Bay, so they have a relationship. He doesn't just know the guy. So they were on the field. They were in the war room, putting things together. So it should be pretty interesting to see what they come up with together. Now, with James Craig, I like the addition. I think the fact that he comes from our division is important when it's time with the Chargers. So he'll understand the attitude of the teams, and he should make a good contribution to us. Okay, let me see right here. In the news, and I'll just be brief because this kind of stuff bores me, and then I'll start answering your questions. But Chandler Jones is in the news because he made this really well-written apology. Apparently someone's gotten to him. And when I say got to him, I mean someone that he loves, trusts, or both has been able to get him to recognize the things you've been doing and saying are a little bit on the edge. And you've got people talking about CTE and so on and so forth. And so if he ever really wants another payday, and I know we all know when we feel like we know when a player's done. I mean, we've watched their career. We know about their injuries, 2 years prior, things like that. And so we kind of see them like with Derek Carr, you know what I mean? We knew that watching him play for 9 years, he might have a few years left in him, but that's it, at best, because he got banged up pretty good for us over that 9-year period. Now, Chandler Jones, though, when he last played for us, was pretty good. I mean, did he produce the stats he would have wanted? No. But we saw the physical presence he still was. There were a couple of games there where he dominated, you know what I mean, was throwing guys around. So to me, that tells me whether you like what Chandler Jones brings to the table still is far from being retired and still better than a lot of other guys at the same position in the NFL because of his experience and knowledge. So I hope that the letter's real. I hope that the NFL gives him a second chance, because if you really look at what he's done for the most part, he hasn't shot anyone, no bomb scares or anything like that. He didn't do anything. He didn't hit a woman, the things that to me are death penalties for a player. He didn't do those things. He just did mental things, spoke out of turn, told stories, made stuff up, because remember, I don't know how many you remember, but at one point he was saying that someone on the team was like date raping someone underage, the daughter of another player. And then he said Mark Davis knew all about it and was trying to keep the thing from blowing up in the locker room. Okay, first, even if that's true, go to the police, not us. And second, I didn't believe it in a word of it. The moment he said it, I didn't believe a word of it. Now, not because I want to immediately jump to calling him a liar, but I just was like, Mark Davis, would be doing this. I don't see it. I don't see him trying to protect anyone or being involved in a situation like that at all. There was a recent article in Sports Illustrated that says the Raiders have absolutely no interest in trading Davante Adams. It came up a couple of times because teams were reaching out to see what our relationship was with him still, and we absolutely are keeping him. So just FYI, he ain't going anywhere. All right, so let me move forward now. Travis Kelly, what's up? Welcome to the show. Health is wealth. Stay focused. That's my guy, Joel Irons. Navajo Raider, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Wait a minute, I got to show I have two of my favorites sitting here right now from Navajo Raider. Just beautiful stuff. Navajo, would you do me a favor and just tell these viewers what these mean and what they mean to you in the comments? Just give me a post so they can all read it. But beautiful stuff from Navajo Raider. If you guys like these and you like their meaning, check him out. He can take care of you. He's just the man. And he sent these to the bear just because he's just a great guy. So it's just, I appreciate that. Dustin! Kid! Honey, tonight I'm giving away one of my whiteout patches, one of my blackout patches, and a 2X large R8RBEAR shirt. Yeah. And our first bidder that I can see is Dustin King. Okay, yeah. Denton Rhodes, I know all about Space Force. I've gotten so good about it now. Mama Bear, am I lying? Every end of every show, Space Force. Yes. I paused for it.
We actually saw Space Force.
We did. And freaked out. You know, we act all tough and we watch all these shows and we're like, hey, if aliens were ever here, man, we would just talk to them and stuff. And then we see that thing that Elon Musk had. And it's like spinning above our house. My wife and I go, we need to get the hell out of here.
That was the weirdest experience ever.
Yes, most definitely. Bear, you and Linda looked absolutely amazing, all dressed up on Valentine's Day.
Who said that?
That's our friend Michael Purefoy.
Thank you, Michael.
She already likes you enough, Michael. Prayers for KC, such an awful situation. Travis Kelly, again, that's why I wore the color. I just wanted to show a little love to those people because it's just, I don't care what the situation was. I don't care if they're our rivals. I don't care if they got a Super Bowl we want them to get, you know.
No one deserves to die for celebrating their team. Let alone little kids get shot.
People shouldn't, you know, I felt bad for the Chiefs fans. I really do. And I know that sounds weird for me to say. It sounds weird for me to hear me saying it. But it's just, this is beyond normal stuff. This is not sports. This is not rivalries. It's lunacy. And so, okay, so I'm getting off the pulpit chair again. Send me chain with shield. That will be it. Troy Kimmel. Wow, Standard Bear. I see the signs I made you and Mama Bear. Awesome. Yeah, I did to bring those out because I knew you're doing a little business with that on the side. Navajo Nation, beautiful nation within Raider Nation and within the USA. Attaboy. Tony, make it dip. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Okay, so let me move on. So I was thinking about, you know, the draft, and they're asking a lot of questions about that. Oh, wait, I should bring this up too. The Chad Ochocinco rumors are true. Okay, so for those of you who wonder what's going on, yes.
I saw that the other day. I thought it was clickbait.
No.
Oh my god.
Nope.
What's up with that?
Well, okay.
That just seems like
No. Let me just give me a chance, and I'll keep this brief so we can keep the show rolling. But and you make a good point. Why would you hire Ochocinco? He's all flash, all talk, all glim and glamour. He's basically Floyd Mayweather Jr. at football, and he's retired. So what is he supposed to really come out onto the field and bring us? Now, I would argue, though, that when Ochocinco was playing, okay, he was a star, okay, really exceptional wide receiver. Now, during that time when he was at his peak and he was at his best, his method was what we refer to as his get off. In other words, if a defensive back tried to jam him or slow him down, he had a way of pivoting, slapping that hand away, or just going the opposite direction so quick and so suddenly that you couldn't stop the guy. Okay, now, not only would he do that, he would also read the second level. Once I beat this defensive back, is the safety going to come over? Or is he too short? Or is he, to help play the run? Or did a linebacker float over and they're trying to bracket him in a cover two, but with a linebacker at a DB? Once he assesses that, then he takes the ball to the left or to the right with that awesome get off move and those tactics that he has. I think the idea that is that if you bring in Ochocinco, he can actually speed up the learning curve for some of these wide receivers who, in my opinion, have been in the league, for 2-3 years, and they won't learn what Chad Ochocinco learned then because to him it came naturally. It was a natural gift and a weapon that he had that he used as a kid playing football. He didn't necessarily go to football and then coaches taught him that. It's the other way around. He went to football and had those jitter quick moves while reading and scoping and saying, okay, I got to get this little get off. And then I know I can go take him outside or take him inside to the post. Well, that's not a skill that you just, do that and go do it. You can do it. It's very difficult. And so I really think he's been brought in for that reason. Respect back. Totally make it dip. Appreciate you. What up, bro? What is new? George, not much new right now. Not yet. We're going to have more news that's going to come out here relatively quickly. We don't really have free agency kicking off until March. You know what I mean? So we still have a few more days. What is it, a week until March, Mama Bear?
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We got about 2 weeks.
Today.
It's the 15th. So we're at the halfway mark.
And there's 28 days in February.
Yeah, the short month. Black History Month. Mark Vargas, 602, Phoenix, Arizona in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Yeah, Mark Vargas, just know when we have that barbecue, man, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, DeAndre Pierce played at my school, Boise State. I like the blue horse, field they do and all that. I always thought they were really unique. Doc Raider, greetings, Raider Bear. You don't have to expand on this, but regarding the back and forth we were having on your personal page, just wanted you to know that I was in Washington today and the boss had a good day and was surprisingly sharp today. Right on. Right on. I'm glad to hear that, brother, because I know sometimes otherwise it can be a real pain. R8RBEAR Raider, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Stephen Shaw's always there for Raider Bear. Let's see. Yerlin Diaz. AP is going on Max Crosby podcast tomorrow. Oh, that's dope. Appreciate the heads up, Yerlin. I didn't know that. But I would say this, though. Max is going to get some help. Now, I don't know if it's going to be Khalil Mack. That would be gorgeous, but I'm letting you know Max is going to get some help. Max is going to get some help. Now, I don't know if it's Mac. I want it to be. And if I hear anything between, tonight and tomorrow, I'll let it out. I'll let it out of the bag. We'll talk about it. But at the same time, there's so many guys that are available. You know what I mean? I still would want Khalil Mack, though. I would. I'm not thinking about 5 years down the road. You know what I mean? Sometimes we want these younger guys because we say to ourselves, oh, if I throw him in there and he's great and he gets all these sacks and he can play the game, then he's going to make my team better. Okay, well, yeah, but do we plan on 10 years down the road winning the title? No, we want to win tomorrow because we didn't win yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So to me, you bring in Mac. That's a sellout, but not sellout like a rapper does. I mean, that's selling out. That's hitting the nos, right? As you're getting to the end of the line in that race and the other guy's right there neck and neck and you hit the nos and it pushes you over the top. To me, Mac is the nos. That was a great analogy. Does anyone have the link to Crosby's podcast? If you do, post it, please. Chris Strong said, there's Mama Bear and Bo. Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
And Panda Bear.
He just sneezed in my face.
Yes, he did. Jose Tariquez. What's up, Bear? Did you see the AP interview on the Pivot podcast? It's pretty interesting how everything went down with with McDummy and him getting the interim position. Yeah, Jose, I did see it. I thought it was really cool that he was like fighting back crying when he started talking about certain things and what they meant to him. I thought that was beautiful. And more importantly, it just feels cool to have the coolest coach in football. He is the coolest coach in football. There's no doubt about it. If he had never coached a game yet, we have the coolest coach in football. Raiders just comes in and lets one loose. What head coach does that? No head coach does that. What head coach tells his players to break out the cigars at the end of a game in the middle of the season?
Or pulls up in an oldie.
Yeah, right. Or pulls up in an Impala rolling on little 17-inch rims with 50 series tires. Right? He's so hot. He's so hot right now. Coach Alexander also played at Boise. Yes, Ramiro Castro. Appreciate that. Will Nanoff, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Rosanna Pucci said, what a cute doggy.
Aw, thank you.
Bear just heard that Chris Jones is staying in KC. John, you just hear about these things sometimes where a guy like that says, yeah, I'd go to the Raiders. I'd go to the Raiders. It's leverage. You know what I mean? He's using that to force the Chiefs to recognize if we lose him to them, it makes us look bad. Maybe he comes back to haunt us and he gets more money. Just pay the guy. You know what I mean? Especially at that position, you know he's good. You know what I mean? You're not paying for maybe. You're paying for a guy you know is good. Okay. John the Lion Leon said, what do you think about trading up to number 1? Bears want Jacoby Myers, and the Niners wide receiver Ayuk wants to play for the Raiders. Okay, now I heard about the Brandon Ayuk stuff. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to play for the Raiders, but at the same time, his brother on Twitter just flat out let it out of the bag. He basically said, hey, Raiders, here we come. And his brother's like, dude, what are you doing? You know what I mean? It's too early to even talk like that. Now, not that he's against going to the Raiders, but he's trying to negotiate. You know, if you got him already in Las Vegas, other teams may just walk away from the table and he ends up getting less. But as far as your first question, what do I think about us trading up? I don't love the idea. I just don't. I don't think any one of these college quarterbacks coming out this year is any better than CJ Stroud. I think they're less than him. So if I can't get at the very least CJ Stroud or Bryce Young quality, why would I want these guys? I would sooner just bring in a quarterback that I've evaluated, that I've scouted, bring that guy in and just say, hey, we're going to give you a shot. Okay, but we're still going to bring in a veteran. You know what I mean? We don't know who it is yet. Popular names are guys like Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson. You know, you guys heard all that on my show before. But I would rather see them go veteran and then let AOC compete with the veteran. And then we bring in a kid like Rattler in the 3rd round. He'll be there. Rattler will be there in the 3rd round. Now, otherwise, I would say go for it in the 2nd round. Maybe you go for JJ McCarthy of Michigan. Now, let me see what we have here. We're number, I brought this up before, so I'll be brief, but I just wanted to double check the number real quick. In the 2nd round, we pick number 42. That's top 10 of the 2nd round. So if you go into that round and it were like the 1st, we would be the 9th or 8th pick, something like that. So at number 42, almost any one of the other quarterbacks that we're going to be interested in that can play like a Bo Nix, you know, should be there. I think a lot of the hype around Bo Nix is just that hype. Now, when I say hype, I don't mean to take that away from him. I don't mean that Bo Nix is not as good as people say. It's not that kind of hype. What I mean is the hype around the Raiders will want him. I mean, the Raiders want him. You know, Bo Nix is a perfect fit. They've been talking about it for 2 months. To me, usually when that happens, that means it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know. I haven't heard one word out of anyone that I know that is with the Las Vegas Raiders organization. Okay, I always tell you guys I can't tell you why I'm able to get scoops, but I'll tell you this. I can tell you this part without getting in trouble. I know 4 individuals that are with the Las Vegas Raiders. Then on any given day, they'll text me and say, hey, this just happened. Hey, this just happened. Now, I want to make it clear. I'm not bragging. This is something that happens very rarely. They don't just sit there and talk to me all day. Okay, whenever there's anything going on, got to tell the bear. It's not like that. But when they do something and they think it's something I would like, then they'll hit me up and say, hey, you know, in addition to what happened with that story, this also happened. And then I tend to get those little, you know, bits of the extra story that to me is the best part of the story. And I report that for Raider Nation because that's what I would want to know. The Chad Ochocinco thing, I think, is real. If it's a prank, it's a pretty good one. Steve Chapman, what's up? Welcome to the show. Hope your boy's doing well. Bear, we need to steal Jerry Rice's son from the draft. Matthew Lincoln, that's doable. Is he really that gonna, you know, command that much respect where we couldn't get him in like the 3rd or 4th round? I would imagine he'll be there. Let's see, Jim Vanderlyn. Regarding Ochocinco, don't you think it's difficult to teach natural talent? Jim Vanderlyn, I absolutely think it's hard to teach. But in this instance, specifically, when I say he has a gift, it's not the kind of gift that's in his body. It's the gift that was in his brain. He was able to read a situation with a defensive back and a safety, or defensive back and the linebacker, defensive back and a nickel, whatever the case was. He was able to see that, register where he needed to go, and make the adjustment that fast. And so we're trying to we're trying to envision a scenario where Chad Ochocinco gets on the field with any one of a number of our wide receivers and lines up right behind him. And then when Chad sees the defense, he says to him, okay, now you see how they're setting up and they're doing this. He's shadowing to your side. So instead of taking it outside, take it inside and run a skinny post or a short slant. And see, now that part of his gift, he can give the guys on the team. And in my opinion, they need it, because the number one and number two things that you must have as a wide receiver to have value is speed and separation. If you can't separate from a defensive back, quarterbacks don't want to throw you the ball, because almost every quarterback in the league now is being taught that analytics are what bring you the big contracts. So they don't want to be in situations where they're throwing picks because, you know, one reason or another. So they have to show separation. If they do, though, we'll get numbers and we'll win and it'll be good. John LaJoy, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. You know, honestly, John, I'm, you know, I've been saying to Niner fans, you know what I mean? I've been talking to Niner fans, and I said the same thing that I'm going to say to you now. It's not your team. It's not your players. It's Shanahan. And I'm not going to stop saying it until you fire him. But I'm telling you, it's Shanahan. You guys built him an amazing team. And now when we look at Shanahan winning and winning the way he is, he's doing it because he has a built roster. Who has a better roster than the Niners? Think about that for a second. As far as overall talent on the defensive and the offensive side, who has more guys than the Niners? I mean, give me a break. Now, I'm not saying that they're just far and away. You know, it's not like it should have been easier for them or something. That's not what I'm implying. I'm just simply saying that Shanahan is able to hide his mistakes, his fear, because this is the second time in a Super Bowl where when he was in a moment of truth and he had a cushion of points and he needed to defend it, he couldn't. His idea of defending a lead is keep scoring. So when the other team starts to shut him down, he doesn't know what to do. If he loses a player that's a part of his attack, like the little running back that they have that's allegedly the best in the league, which is like a farce to me. Come on, man. McCaffrey, come on, man. I'm not saying he's not good. Of course he's good. But the best in the league, I don't care what his stats are, but that doesn't make him the best. He has one of the best offensive lines in the league. He has one of the best offensive coordinators in Shanahan. He's not a head coach. He should not be a head coach. If you had a better head coach for the Niners and Shanahan was the offensive coordinator, you'd have 2 rings right now because you would have beat the Chiefs the first time and now. You have a better team than the Chiefs. But Shanahan takes round pegs and tries to put them through square holes. And it doesn't matter what's going on. That's what he does. It'll work this time, guys. When they catch him doing this, they tell him to stop that. Yeah, Dustin King. That's probably true. The whole Viagra thing. That's probably true. I hope you trade for Brandon Ayuk. We will have the best receiving core in football. Well, Miguel, I don't know how to feel about Ayuk. I think he's talented. I think he's got, you know, all the tools, but why didn't he do better with the Niners? You know what I mean? I noticed that he was just an underutilized weapon, and the Niners are implying that was because of his skill set. He wasn't able to separate enough or opt in enough. So they kept checking down to Kittles or McCaffrey, you know what I mean? Or whoever else, but they weren't going to Ayuk as much. I don't know. Look, all I can say is that put it puts in him, okay? If Shanahan, he's a putz, a Moulignon, a Bendejo. I know it's Bendejo. I can say it the right way, but I said it angry. Bendejo. Okay. Rick Samarano. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Bring the Mac bag. Well, you know, George, I want Mac to come back. I'm with you on that. We need to go after Mad Ibuki because Jones is staying in KC. Yeah, the whole Jones thing, I was never really, you know, I don't know if you realize that, but every one of my shows, I might have talked about him once, you know, over 10 seconds. You know what I mean? The whole Jones thing. That's another thing. I just feel like he was a product of the Chiefs. You know what I mean? There would be games where he would just do nothing. John, I think Mac would take a discount at this point because if he goes somewhere else that can pay him more money, they can pay him more money because they're not winning. You know what I mean? So, he's not going to be able to go to Green Bay or the Eagles or somewhere cool, where he might win a title. He's going to end up with the Buccaneers, So, yeah, but, honestly, if it was me and I saw Mac on the, free agent market, who I would think should go just balls to the wall and get Mac, no matter what you have to give up, get him, the Rams. If you pair Mac with Aaron Donald, the NFL gets broken. That's it. that is it. That would be it. That's like bringing Thor and Zeus together at the same time, and you wonder what they're going to do. They're going to wail on people. Any new information on the Raiders? And 2 weeks is NFL Combine. Do you Bear watch that? I do watch the Combine, Gil, and I usually even do a little bit of a show on it where I'll come on and just talk about who we saw that day, what kind of numbers they were putting up. I like to look at who's good in certain drills. There's an Omaha drill where they run through cones. Well, no, I don't think it's actually the Omaha drill. I forget which state it is. They give so many of these drills names after states, and so sometimes I forget after that. But you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's just basically a square, four cones, one at each point, making a square, and then you run around it, you come back, and then you usually turn around, you back around, you come back, and then you take off. And they'll usually throw a ball at you to see if you can catch it. Now, the amount of time it takes to get out of that drill, they stopwatch, and it has everything to do with being able to stop and then go fast again, stop and then go fast again. Now, you would be stunned if I took 10 athletes, and I mean all of them are good, okay? All of them are Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Michael Mayer, strength, size, and speed, okay? What will happen, and you'll see this very quickly, is that some of them can do certain things well, and certain other ones can do certain things well, and there might be one who can just come in and do it all. You know what I mean? And you got to teach that. In the Combine, you get to see some of that too. The drills they run, you get a really good idea of who has actual speed, is what I'm getting at. If you have the square cone drills, guys will go into it and they run 4.40 and they're super fast, but do they run that fast when they have to stop, go, and then hit it? You'd be surprised. One of the most notorious was terrible at the drill was that kid, DK Metcalf for the Seattle Seahawks. He was terrible in that drill. And yet he was one of the fastest runners in the Combine's history. But in that drill where it's about stop, go, he was horrible. Now, I don't know how many of you noticed his career, but he's always sort of a go to the house in a stop and go or a stop, go, post, that kind of stuff. He doesn't run inside routes. He doesn't run anything where you stop, cut it inside, stop, cut it back outside, because he's terrible at that. And he could be covered by a linebacker, and he cannot run. That's just weird when a guy like that hyper athletic, and he's just bad at cone drills. As of February 2024, Mark Davis' net worth is $2.3 billion and growing. Joel, one more time, welcome to the show. I honestly don't know why he's doing this, but I really do think Mark is just waiting to sell. I really do. Me personally, I just wouldn't do it. I could give the Raiders to my son after my dad, Al, gave it to me. And then after I'm good with it for a decade or two, then I would give it to my son. Then if he's the one that sells it, okay, fine. But it ain't going to be the first son removed from Al Davis, but that's what Mark's doing. I honestly believe that's what he's doing. As soon as his mom passes away, which could be any day, she's up there. Obviously, you never wish that on anyone, but if she does, then he immediately becomes sole controller and owner. And, I just think he wants out of the headaches. He wants out of the press. I think he'll just sell and go be a gajillionaire somewhere. That's what I would do, especially when you consider that he's young, but he's not young. You know what I mean? 55, 60, you're starting to feel aches and pains. You know what I mean? You're starting to feel a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And so traveling and moving around with beautiful women and being able to handle your business, speaking of those blue pills, can be more difficult when you get to his age. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I think he's going to sell. All right, here we go. I just don't like the gassers at halftime. Maybe Marvin Lewis would change that. Yeah, possibility. John Rodriguez, Bear, if we lose JJ, then I'd love to get both running backs from boys, Ashton Gigante or Hilani, runs like Pacheco from KC. Yeah, Hilani's tough. He's got a guy that he puts his nose down, he goes through the middle. And you love guys like that, but you also don't love them coming to the NFL and doing that necessarily unless they're really good at it. And although I like Hilani, I don't know, does he have the build for that? You know what I mean? Because I just don't want him getting in there and banging with guys and it ends up going bad. Joel Iron! That's right, Joel. Go get that shirt and the two-patch combo meal with fries. The fries of the shirt. They're right here in my box right here. The R8RBEAR double X large and 2 of the Bears patches tonight. These 3 items. And the black one is my last one. The last one. Therefore, you must have it. You know it's true. Okay. And I still have 3. I've sold 17 so far. Yeah, 17, 23. Yeah, 3. I have 3 left. All right. Brandon in the 49ers wide receiver still has 1 year left on his contract. He is not a free agent. He has to be traded for. Well, Miguel and Victoria, then I don't think it's going to happen then. Because, when you lose a Super Bowl, they always start to dismantle the team. It's an unfortunate process, but that's what owners do. They make a run. If the run isn't successful, then they have to immediately assess 2 things. Were we close? Was that Super Bowl close enough that I should pay all these guys and send them up for another run? Well, they already did that when they played the Chiefs the first time. They re-upped people. They brought in more guys. They got back to the Super Bowl, and they lost again. So now you can't go 3rd time's a charm. So I'm guessing, like that character acting, 3rd time's a charm. So I'm guessing they're going to let this, they're going to let it go. They're going to do some kind of rebuild, but it's probably not going to be with those guys, same guys. My hat was starting to squeeze my brains through my ear. I don't know what it is with that one. I just can't get that one to break in. I'm saying when we have a barbecue, Mark Vargas, it would be at my crib. And you'd be more than welcome. In Arizona. I don't know if you have to fly or not. And I don't want to hear it, okay? If you have to fly, you come see Mama Bear and your boy. I had to fly to Dallas to be with my TNBC crew peoples. I was there. This is the year to go get your guy. The quarterback is stacked. We make moves. Scared money makes no money. F them picks. Picks are never as valuable as players. I agree with that. So if you have to move picks to move up and you want to move up, that's great. But I just don't see who you're moving up for. We can get a JJ McCarthy, a Bo Nix, or one of these other guys somewhere in the late 1st round or early 2nd round. Or Rattler. Shannon let go of his defensive coordinator as a scapegoat. You know what, Rick? Not only was that a scapegoat, not only was that a Bush League move, it's exactly what I expected from Shanahan. Exactly. Because he knew his job would be on the line, so he made a move before his owner could. Oh, no, don't worry about it, owner. I got it all under control. It was that defensive coach. You know, the one that held Patrick Mahomes without a touchdown for almost the entire game? That defensive coach? Yeah. He's an idiot. What's going on, Raider Nation? What's up, R8RBEAR? Haven't seen you. Haven't been on Facebook in 3 years. Wow. Have missed your show. Can I get a Raiders? I mean, yes, you can. What's up, brother? Raymond Vargas. No one's going to beat the Chiefs because Mahomes is the new Tom Brady and the NFL is rigged. Just saying. Raymond Vargas. I hate agreeing when people say it's rigged because then it sounds like, disgruntled fans that are saying it's rigged because we lost. You know what I mean? There's just going to be a certain amount of people that think that. But Raymond, what I think when you say that is, I feel like the league wants the bandwagon fans and all those guys and all their excitement to keep churning the NFL's money. Okay. And just funneling it to the NFL through these bandwagon fans that won't be happy if at the end of the movie, Rocky loses. And the Chiefs are Rocky. Now, they earned that. They've been good. and they got there and they won, and so when you do that, they give you the mantle, and the NFL looks for the team that gets the mantle, and then they give them the best, most fortuitous route to an NFL title. But if we want it to happen to us, we got to play better. We got to pick better players, and show. How do you kick yourself out of your own show? I'm all discombobulated. What's up, Gil Moody? Bear! Bear, don't be surprised if we wind up getting Spencer Rattler in the second or the third. I won't be surprised because there is talk of it. But at the same time, is he better than AOC? You see? Now, you may think he's better, right? Okay. How much better? Is it so much better that we should spend that on him, even though we've already got AOC in on a rookie deal? You see what I mean? Or do we not get Rattler and get more defensive presence? You see what I mean? See, I would rather see that, you know what I mean? Or if you're going to pull the trigger, go after a guy like a JJ McCarthy. Go big. You know what I mean? There's some scouts that think he's going to be gifted. I don't know if I agree with that, but there's some scouts that think he's going to be gifted. All right, get your last bids in. Last bids in for the Bears whiteout patch, blackout patch, and the XX large Raider Bear family page shirt, which looks like it's going to be going to my guy Joel Irons if one of you doesn't pull a rabbit out of the hat. If the NFL is scripted, it would be cool next year. Raiders playing the Super Bowl and Derek Carr's house. That's one heck of a script. Brandy said KC still going to own us this upcoming in Vegas. I'm not speaking to your wife right now, Corey. I'm not speaking to your wife right now. I'm surprised you are. Oh, yeah, she chooses Chiefs fan, but it's on. I'll be there in Vegas with my wife, Bear. You and Mama still coming? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've already talked about that. Yeah, the Chiefs game. I already told Shane Street, yeah, that I was going to be there. I don't think we're out of the Fields trade. Well, Raging Raider Rhino, I don't know if he's proven enough, though. Has Justin Fields proven enough for us to give up all these picks to get him or to get under the cap and sign him or whatever the case may be? Has his accomplishments earned that? And the idea that he'll come right in and win for us? I don't know. I think he brings a lot. I think he sells tickets. But I'm not sure what the guy would bring. Because Raven Vargas, it's true, the league is rigged. AOC, the shot. Let me get my bid in. Okay. Hi, Roger. Hey, look, I'm wearing red for your fans day, Gil Moody. You could at least bid for a Raider Bear shirt. Mr. Bear, if, and I do mean if, the NFL is rigged, do you think the reason the Chiefs won was because all the publicity Taylor Swift was bringing in? The answer, Val, is yes. You have to understand, Taylor Swift is a global billion-dollar icon, and she brings millions and millions of eyes and fans to something they might never have experienced or ever would have wanted to experience, but now want to because they see their hero, Taylor Swift, jumping up and down in a booth and going crazy. Well, now they want to feel those same things she does. Now you add to that, she brings in Ice Spice. Am I saying that right? The rapper with the real short afro. They brought in her and another girl and, all these famous people into the Kelsey box. And yeah, it's good for the NFL. It makes them money. I would imagine the bump that the NFL got from ratings and ticket sales because of Taylor Swift was probably significant. She is her own economy. As crazy as that sounds, Val, but she really is. She is her own economy. She generates money like very few other things do. Okay. Raiders kick KC Swifties butt. Okay, John. I don't think it's going to take that many picks. Okay, but regardless of how many picks it would take, do we want Caleb? You know, I don't know. I haven't heard one word from one Raider snitch I know about anything with Caleb Williams. And I just don't know if it's smart to go for Jamarcus Russell 2.0. Yeah, I said it, okay? I said it. I'm sorry. I know that was low. He felt it wherever he's sitting right now. Right in the balls. Just, ooh, what's a Raider bear? And why'd he punch me in the balls? But seriously, I mean, the guy goes 6-1 and then goes 1-6. You know, holds on the ball too long, gets hit too much. You know, he thinks he's Cam Newton, and we know what happened to Cam. You know, early retirement. Larry Brooks Jr., I'm having a great night. I appreciate the love. Raider Bear, I'm so sorry. I'm very, very, very late. No, Corinna, I'm not speaking to you anymore. Okay, I don't know. Keep your sorries. Okay, I'm not talking to you. The World Cup is better. Navajo Raider, I don't know if I would say better, but it is bigger. As crazy as that sounds. I know some people think the Super Bowl is the thing in sports, but it's not. As far as sports, who has the pinnacle of ratings and a championship that matters, it's the World Cup, because it's actually a world championship. You're playing other countries. It's not world championship NBA, with these, teams all in the United States. You know what I mean? I would rather see some of these foreign countries play with teams that they design and just come to the United States, stay here for a few months and then fly home. You know what I mean? Play our season and then fly home. But it would be way cooler if we had an actual world title. My thoughts go to Kirk Cousins. Draft defense and AOC start in 2 years. That's still my guy. I still think that he is our future and our franchise quarterback one. Miguel, a lot of people are disagreeing with you and me because we both love the guy, but are disagreeing with us because they just say he just doesn't have enough intangibles. He has intangibles because of his mind. He can read defenses very quickly. He was one of the best rookies last year at finding the Mike blitz, picking that out, setting the offensive line. He was really good. Even some of the games he was bad, he was still setting the offense. And so in that way, he's nice. That's an intangible he brought with him. But what he can't learn is speed. And what else he can't learn is whether he should roll left or roll right or just stay with pocket integrity, or does the pocket collapse and, he gets smashed. He has troubles with that. Now at Purdue, he didn't, but in the NFL, obviously it's totally different. And what you do at Purdue doesn't mean squat to the NFL. What about Renfro in a package deal for Fields? Ragin, I know the Bears would go for that, but no matter what scenario you offer me, the Bears will hear that and then want more. So if you say, what about Renfro for Fields? They're going to say, what about Renfro and a 5th round pick? And you get Fields, you know what I mean? And we'll give you a 7th round pick with Fields. You know what I mean? So 4 for 7 and the 2 players exchange. Raiders have always been league villains. Remember the 100th anniversary and the NFL required all fields to paint that gold, and we did silver. I loved it. Raiders versus R8RBEAR. Mark Davis just was defiant. He was very defiant. I mean, I saw him say it on TV. He said, I don't like gold. That's all he said. I don't like gold. So I'm not going to paint my field with gold paint. He was very disgruntled. From what I heard this morning, the deal is almost done. Justin Fields is going to Pittsburgh. That wouldn't surprise me. Black quarterback, black coach. He likes to run RPO kind of stuff. So here's a small token in place of me being very, 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 very late. Appreciate you. Okay, where are we at? Mr. Raider Bear. I think Mr. Mac and Mr. Max could be better than Mr. Mac and Mr. Donald. I think that Mac and Donald, you think Mac and Max would be better. The only reason why I'm having trouble with that one is I think that Mad Max and Aaron Donald are kind of close. You know what I mean? If it's 1 or 1A, you're still going to win. I'm with Raging Rhino here. Renfro package deal for Fields. Send Devontae Adams to the Jets for the pick and build the defense. I've been kind of hoping that they would hold on to Devontae, even though I don't like how mouthy he's been all year about what he's upset about and what he's not upset about. It seemed like constantly he was talking, but I'd rather see him stay a Raider. I really would. I paused my game to be here too. He's paused his game to be here for his guy. I paused my game to be here for this. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Where's my boom? And then we'll go over here and go like this. And go like this a little bit. Go like that. Ba, ba, bing, a bow. And we bring a little bit of bada bing, a little bit of bada bow. And then you get this. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice, active and veteran. Much love. Raider Ryan, you did get it, but now you're going to get it again. A Raider! Let's go! Asaltante Oso, that bear you all know. Out of hibernation to entertain Raider Nation. What? You heard me. Oh, let's go! All right, now someone sneak in and make a really big bid and end Joel Irons' dominance. Don't let Joel Irons be my only bidder. You guys are cheating the game. You're going to let this guy walk away with 2 of my patches and a t-shirt for a handful of bucks. Are you really going to do that? And you know I always let people bid until the end of the song. So whoever's still bidding, get your butt in here. Get this XXL Raider Bear Family Page shirt and the whiteout and the blackout patch. And by the way, the blackout patch is the last one I have. Hang on, let me go in the basement and get that. Raider Bear, XXL, brand new, brand spanking new, and bow, beow. Just hey. Go. Navajo. A Raider. Let's go. And remember, stars contributing to the show go directly to charities like Punks for Autism, Kids in Need of Deaths, and St. Jude's and Early Onset Cancer. We've raised thousands and thousands of dollars, saving hundreds of lives. We've been getting COVID shots out in Dubai, Iraq, Afghanistan, Africa, and all over the United States. Bam. I won't gaslight you guys. I'll tell you how we really did it. We made contributions to them, and then they send us back letters letting us know where our money went. And it usually goes to contribute for certain things like hunger and COVID shots and things like that. Pretty cool. I sleep well at night. Okay. I'm like skinny Black Santa, except I save lives. I don't bring toys. Whoa. No, look, I swear it didn't fall in my coffee. Look. The white one, you would have noticed. Good night. All right. I will tally up the stars and let you know on tomorrow's show who won. Whoa, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. It's my oldies. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. No. Okay. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Raider Bear Family Page. Peace. Double